How many animal shelters are in Minnesota? How about in just Minneapolis? On Google Maps alone, there is 7 different shelters, not including the small farms you find puppies and kittens are at. A smaller country in between Iraq and Afghanistan is home to 77.45 million people and only 1 animal shelter. When I was growing up, I was taught to treat others the way you want to be treated, and applied this lesson to everything, including animals, people, and creatures around the world. While I was growing up, I had different pets, including fish, mice, animals, including dogs and cats. With these animals, I learned different lessons, including how to care for them and how to treat them. These are my animals. This is Oscar and this is Benedict. I've had them both since they were very young, and I love them very much. After doing research on Iran, I learned how they treat their animals and started to look differently at my pets. I started to realize how important they are and how they've changed me over time. After my speech, I hope you appreciate your animals more and look at them differently. Knowing how animals are treated in different countries and how they should be treated are vital things to know when owning a pet. Today I'll be showing you the laws of Iran, or the lack thereof, and compare them to the United States. So let's get started. Before I tell you the laws of animal cruelty in Iran, I would like to tell you the laws in the United States, more specifically in Minnesota. In the United States, animal cruelty is defined as a crime in which a being would inflict physical pain, suffering, or death on any animal beyond the normal discipline. A range of misdemeanors in the United States would fine of $700 and or jail time up to 1 year, or into a fine of $10,000 up to jail time of 4 years. There would also be a probation against owning an animal, and if so, in the future, you would have periodic visits from an animal control officer. You would also have this act on your permanent record and find it very difficult to own an animal in the future. But what happens when you abuse an animal in Iran? Do you go to jail, or do you face a fine? In Iran, it is home to 140 different mammal species, but only 1 animal shelter, like I said. This animal shelter is called Vafa Animal Shelter, which was created in 2004 in the city of Haskerd by Fatima Motamedi, volunteers, and veterinarians. The shelter is home to 600 dogs. In the article called Animals Protection Around the World, the U.S. Ranking Lower Than You Think, written by Kirsten Arman in 2016, describes a ranking between small countries in which Iran ranked a G, which was the lowest. In Iran, the government does not consider animal welfare a vital concern for regulation. The government does not support educational materials on animal protection and care. In an article written by Becky Evans called Iran Bans Dog Walking in Public and Warned Animals Could Be Arrested If Caught Outside in 2013, describes the hard lives people endure when owning a pet in Iran. Dog walking was also banned in 2011, as well as driving with your dog in the car in this article. As I researched Iran, I noticed some different viewpoints of Iranians about animals. Like Evans, 2013, said, "It is the latest attempt crackdown on dogs in the country where the animals are viewed as unclean," article page 1. She also describes the culture divide in Iran happening today, as well as the animal abuse which was filed but not solved in this country because of the fact that laws were not existing. In an article written by Babak Degabeshi in 2016 called Pressure Mounts in Iran for Law Against Animal Cruelty After Videos Caused Outrage, describes the ongoing split between Iranians because of the animal cruelty in the country. He also describes how Iranians think that dogs are unclean. Babak 2016 writes how laws cannot be passed in this country because Iranians think that dogs are against haram, or Islamic principles. However, today many Iranians are acknowledging the fact that animal cruelty is very much needed in the country. In just 2016, there was a protest held in the small city of Mashhad where animals held together, or hundreds of people held together to object the animal cruelty in the country. Babak 2016 in his article wrote about the social media playing a huge role in presenting the abuse toward animals and have been ramping up pressure on administrators to act against these laws. In just this year, 2 men were arrested in the city of Shiraz, however, for killing these animals, and this video went viral in this country. However, the 2 men were not filed because of the fact that there are no laws in Iran. In conclusion, it is very difficult and possibly a challenge to own a pet. However, definitely rewarding at the end of the day. To see your best friend walking next to you and having him loyal to you until he dies, or a small fluff ball to cuddle up to after a long day, is definitely rewarding. I hope after this speech you look differently at your pets and remember how important these animals are to the world. Thank you. Did you end it?